How to overcome the fear and how did I overcome my fear. Hi everyone, welcome to Healing with Kindness channel. My name is Karuna Malik. Today I am going to share a story of my own. How did I overcome fear and how you can overcome your fears and achieve anything you want in your life. Here is my own personal story. This is 10 years back. I went for a tandem skydive with my husband, and as we were all asked to go into a helicopter, I was the last person to get into the helicopter. And without even this realization that because I am the last person getting into the helicopter, I am going to be the first one to jump out of the helicopter. As we go up to 15,000 feet, the door opens up, and then I, now being asked by my tandem diver, he asked me to get to the door of the helicopter, put my foot there, and then he tells me, be ready to jump. When you are ready, just jump. And in that moment, as I looked down, I could not just make that leap of faith and jump, because my heart was full of so much anxiety, so much fear, and I just imagined the worst I could imagine. And I told him, sorry, I can't. And then everybody else jumped in front of me, including my husband, and I was just brought down back in the helicopter. But I'm not sure if all of you know, but once you have signed up for a tandem skydive, you got to dive on the same day. There is no options available to reschedule. As I came down, I remember my tandem skydiver who was tied to me, he said to me, do you drive a car every single day? I said, yes, I've been driving for a very long time. And he said, did you know that driving a car on the road is a much riskier thing as compared to a tandem skydive? And I could not believe it. And he said, I want you to imagine that when you drove your car for the first time, what was the feeling you had? How confident were you when you were driving your car? And then he made me visualize that moment when I drove my car for the first time. And I could picture myself being so happy and confident driving my own car. And then he said to me, if you can drive a car, you can definitely dive as well. And then we went back up in the air. And this time I was the only person in that helicopter, because the rest of the people were all done. And then as I went in, as the door opened, this time I did not even ask him anything. As soon as he asked me, he basically tapped on my shoulder. And as soon as he tapped on my shoulder, I jumped. And that was the best feeling. I felt like a bird, and that was the best feeling ever. Because what I did was, I imagined myself, I put myself in that state, that how did I feel when I drove my car for the first time? And that's exactly that positive feeling I had when I jumped off the helicopter. Next time, when you are feeling fearful, imagine the moment when you overcame your fear and you did something really amazing, and just use that moment to come out of that fear you are experiencing right now, because that fear is just an illusion. Nothing in life can stop you from achieving what you want to achieve. I hope this story gives you a bit of a motivation, and you are going to overcome your fears by thinking of the situations where you were the warrior. I hope to see you in my next video, and thank you so much for watching.